In 333 BCE, Alexander faces King Darius III at the Battle of Issus. Despite being outnumbered, Alexander's strategic genius secures a decisive victory. Against overwhelming odds, Alexander's brilliance turned the tide of battle, striking fear into the heart of Persia. After the victory at Issus, Alexander captures Darius's family, treating them with unexpected kindness. In 332 BCE, Alexander begins the Siege of Tyre, demonstrating his unmatched determination by constructing a causeway to breach the island city. To conquer the unconquerable, Alexander turned the sea into solid ground, forging a path to glory. After 7 months, Alexander triumphs over Tyre, securing a key naval base. Alexander enters Egypt in 332 BCE, where he is welcomed as a liberator and declared a pharaoh. In Egypt, Alexander became not just a king, but a god, bridging worlds with his vision. Alexander visits the Oracle of Ammon at Siwa Oasis, where he is proclaimed the son of Zeus. In 331 BCE, Alexander establishes the city of Alexandria, envisioning it as a hub of culture and learning. Alexander meets the Persian army again at the Battle of Gaugamela in 331 BCE, achieving a historic victory. On the fields of Gaugamela, Alexander shattered the Persian Empire and claimed his place in history. After Gaugamela, Alexander enters Babylon, where he is greeted as a conqueror and king. Alexander begins preparations for his campaign into the heart of the Persian Empire. The young king stood on the threshold of immortality, his eyes set on the edge of the known world. In 330 BCE, Alexander marches to Persepolis, the ceremonial capital of Persia, and claims it as his own. In an act of symbolic defiance, Alexander allows his soldiers to burn the great palace of Persepolis. In 329 BCE, Alexander begins his campaigns in Central Asia, facing fierce resistance from local tribes. In the rugged mountains of Central Asia, Alexander's resolve was tested like never before. Alexander marries Roxana, a Bactrian princess, as a political alliance and a gesture of unity between Greeks and Persians. In 327 BCE, Alexander begins his campaign into India, facing the challenges of unknown terrain and powerful adversaries. In 326 BCE, Alexander faces King Porus at the Battle of the Hydaspes. Despite Porus's war elephants, Alexander emerges victorious and befriends the defeated king. Exhausted and homesick, Alexander's army refuses to march further east, forcing him to turn back. Even the greatest dreams must bow to the limits of men. Alexander begins his journey back west, but his army faces hardships crossing the Gedrosian desert. In 324 BCE, Alexander returns to Babylon and begins planning his next campaign, envisioning a conquest of Arabia and beyond. In 323 BCE, at the age of 32, Alexander falls ill and dies, leaving his empire without an heir. The man who sought to unite the world left behind a legacy that shaped it forever.